Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we're going to take a look at the Immortal Hulk for the first time, this uniform. I've talked about the uniform's requirements as far as the optionals. I've talked about the uniform effect as well. Just give you guys a really quick reminder here. We've got She-Hulk, Fantastic Four, Iron Man 3099, Domino, Crescent, and War Machine. And then his uniform effect is actually quite nice. Crit rate, a ton of crit damage. Chain hit damage, which is interesting, and then it improves his passives. But let's talk about the uniform itself now, and we'll take it into some content as well, because this is a top to bottom rework for the Hulk, but it's also made some people worried about the Hulk because it brings a brand new mechanic. Well, it brings a mechanic that's only on one other character, but it brings a mechanic that's brand new to the Hulk. So what that mechanic is percentage based, or damage based on a percentage of your HP, rather than based on a percentage of your physical attack or energy attack. So what am I talking about? All other skills, when you read the skill, it has this strange wording, but it says physical damage. So that's the damage that it does to the enemy, which is what you need to take into consideration for like physical damage reduction, physical defense, physical reflect, those kinds of things. And then it says the percentage, 188% of physical attack. Now, I'm not sure if it's 188% as a cumulative amount, or if it's 188% per hit, because that's a big difference, right? 188% per hit. If it has 10 hits, that's a lot of damage. If it's 188% divided by 10, that's only, 18% per hit or whatever it is. So yeah, that definitely does matter. I'm not actually sure. There's probably someone out there that knows what the calculation is, but I've just never bothered to memorize it. But that means it's a percentage of his physical attack. So you go over to his physical attack stat, it's 26,800. Okay, so you figured it out. And then you go to another character that has energy damage, and you see here, it's mind damage. So it's going to be reduced by mind resistance, but it's still energy attack. So it's 73% of her energy attack stat. And you go over to her energy attack stat, and it's 38,000. Okay, cool. Now for the Hulk and for Victorious, we have a different story here. So let's take a look what it says. Physical damage. So it's going to deal physical damage in terms of reflect and physical defense reductions. 27% of HP. So this is a very interesting change. This is the Hulk is only the second character in the game. This is only the second time that this has happened. The only other time that it happened was for Victorious at the beginning of 2019. Her abilities deal a percentage of her HP as damage. Now, it doesn't mean that the Hulk is worse, and it doesn't mean that you have to build the Hulk for PvP in order for him to be good in PvE. That's not what it means. Things like damage procs still apply. Things like a CTP of Rage are still good for World Boss and Giant Boss Raid and things like that, and maybe Alliance Battle Extreme. But it means that instead of raising his damage by increasing his physical attack stat, you can basically ignore his physical attack stat, which means you don't have to give him physical attack Uru, which, could be good. It also means that by proxy or by association, the Odin's Blessings are not as good on him, because all of the Odin's Blessings are attack plus an extra stat. You can see your physical attack, skill cooldown, physical attack, ignore defense. That physical attack stat is basically being wasted because all of his abilities, including his ultimate, including World Breaker Smash, is a percentage of his HP. However, even though the percentages are small, you've got 96% here, you've got 36%, you've got 95%, and then you've got 32%. Most of the numbers are pretty small, but take a look at his HP, guys. 110,000 HP. That's a lot of HP. Yeah. yeah, that's a lot of HP. Now, I did build him for PvP, with, as you can see, we've got HP and Odin's Blessing heal Uru. I gave him a CTP of regeneration, and then on his uniform option, I did roll double HP. But it goes without saying that every single character, almost every single character in the game, is going to have more HP than their base attack stat. Even for someone like Captain America, if you go ahead and look in the Marvel Universe tab, you're gonna have more HP naturally, right? So you go ahead and see he's got the highest base stats in the game. He's got 15,000 physical attack, which is impressive, but he's got 47,000 HP. So that's it's almost triple. Actually, it's actually more than triple. So yeah, that potentially means that the Hulk could do more damage while making himself tankier, which sort of feeds into the idea that, like, the more he sustains battle, the more damage he does, kind of, because if he can survive in the battle, it means he has a lot of HP, and if he has a lot of HP, he's going to deal more damage. So it's kind of an interesting way for them to express that, but yeah, he's got a lot of HP. By the way, up until now, Captain America, I believe, had the highest base HP stat for any tier 3 character in the game. That is no longer the case. The Hulk Bruce Banner, belted by gamma rays, now has the highest base HP stat in the game, 47,850. Yes, his base HP is higher than Thanos's. It's higher than, way higher than Thanos's, 42,900. It's higher than Jean Grey's. She's at 38. And like I showed you guys, it's higher than Captain America's. He's at 47.7, and Black Panther is at 43. But our boy Hulk is at 47.8. So he's 100 and change points higher than Captain America. He is the beefiest boy. Now, what else did they change? So that's the biggest change. That's by far the biggest change for the Hulk. And it's definitely going to confuse some people. So I'll make follow-up videos. I'll do testing. But what you need to know for now is that you don't need to worry about his physical attack stat. If you're going all out for the Hulk, I will say this. You're probably going to want to have more HP on your cards. Now, I say this with an asterisk. I say this with a warning. Changing your cards, messing with your cards currently is a very risky idea because Marvel Future Fight refuses to give us ways to individually roll the random stats. Why can't I press the question mark? What's going on here? Okay, I can't press the question mark. I can't press. Okay, super weird. Something's bugged my game. Okay, we don't have a way right now currently to re-roll the optional stats here. So it can be very risky to change your cards. But you know, if the Hulk deals more damage, the more HP he has, and you have more max HP on your cards, theoretically, he's going to do more damage, right? Not theoretically, he will do more damage. So you can see here, just for reference, I have 20,000, sorry, I wish. I have 20% max HP on my cards, and so that's how he has 110,000 HP, and that's from a 33%. This is a very well-rolled CTP of regeneration. Stage 12 Power of Angry Hulk. As for the ISOs, they all have HP. Let me just hide my camera real quick. We have HP here, and HP there. I don't think crit is the best option, but remember, physical attack is not. Now, here's the other important thing for the Hulk. Physical attack does not help him, but I believe through testing, if my memory serves me correctly, and members of my alliance tested this back in 2019 when Victorious was used for ABX, all attack does increase the damage of the HP skills. So I'll say that again. Physical attack will not increase the damage of the Hulk's skills, I believe, but I do believe that all attack does increase the damage of the Hulk's skills. So you will see that some people in the game have Victorious built like this, with no ISO 8 set and just maximum HP ISO, and this is a strategy. But there's another strategy where you use Power of Angry Hulk, okay? You give him an all-attack ISO here. See, I made a mistake. I gave him physical attack. So instead, you'd give him an all-attack ISO. You would give him another all-attack one here. You would give him all-attack HP, all-attack HP, all-attack HP. Those would all stack. And then you'd also remember that Power of Angry Hulk itself gives an all-attack increase. Not only the 8.5% all-attack, but that other proc, that 40% increase all attack for 20 seconds. So I believe that all of those all attacks will count, which also means that on his uniform option, if you don't need the crit rate or the crit damage, that all attack here will matter. Physical attack won't help here, but all attack will matter. So what else did they change about the Hulk? Well, they changed his passive. So his passive underwent a massive transformation. He now has a heal that is, I believe, a little bit worse than Deadpool's. I believe Deadpool has 4% heal. So he's got a 3% heal under 99%, which is not the best, but he has an insane HP pool to mitigate that. And then he's got a Deadpool heal when he's at 20%. So when he gets low HP, he's going to jump up and basically regain all of his HP, and he can do that every 2.5 minutes. So that's pretty crazy. He could do that twice in a PvP fight. And during a world boss battle as well. On top of that, so he keeps his second skill the same. His first skill is basically the same. His third skill, it lost the iframe ignore, but it now has a crazy buff, which is character size, all attack, all defense, and max HP. So 110 goes up to like 145. So his HP balloons to crazy levels, and I'll show you in PvP. His HP gets insane. And then his fourth skill is the same, although some of the effects changed a little bit here. And then his fifth skill is the one that people are going to be most sort of angry about, confused about. So his new fifth skill, Savage Destruction, I think is very good for PvP because it removes all debuffs, which means you may not need to use a debuff lead at all. because you can cast the skill every 7 seconds. It's got a long iframe at the beginning, which basically allows you to stall, which is like 2 seconds of the skill. And then you have 5 seconds of immunity where you can't be mind controlled or snared or silenced or stunned. Oh yeah, and then there's massive damage. Now, some people are upset because his old 5th skill in the live stream, I say old, but it was like 2 days ago. Noah showed it briefly during the challenge run. Shout out to Noah and Justin, by the way. It didn't have the remove all debuff. It had a accumulation. It had an accumulation buff. Now, why the devs decided to change the debuff for the change the accumulation for debuff removal, I don't know. Was it to make the Hulk more for PvP? Was it because the Hulk was too strong in their testing? I'm not sure. Was there some kind of, but I don't know. But we always say this, guys. The Star Agents say it. They say it in the live stream. The stuff that you see is not the final build. I don't think you're going to be disappointed with the Hulk. I don't think he needed the accumulation to be godly. And I think he's going to be a very strong two-way character because of this HP thing. I really personally like the HP thing. I think it's something they need to explore more with specific characters where it makes sense. Like, I think it should be on the Hulk. It should be on someone like Ultron. There should be certain characters that are sort of just so tanky, so, you know, have so much endurance that their endurance is almost part of what makes them strong. You know, there's endurance just for the sake of endurance, but then there's endurance as part of the threat that you pose to other people. Like, you know, that's one of the things that makes Ultron so scary, is that he's constantly multiplying, and even if you destroy one of him, he's transferring his consciousness or whatever. So he's sort of like, he's almost immortal, like my man over here. So first test here, I'm going to throw him into some PvP action. Now, we are going to use a pretty unorthodox team. We're using Red She-Hulk and Colossus, and this is pretty cool here. So the Red She-Hulk combo is going to give him max HP all defense, so he gets a 5% max HP. And then from the Colossus, Horsemen of War, because they were both Horsemen of the Apocalypse for Apocalypse. I think Hulk was the Horseman of War, and Colossus was the Horseman of something else. I don't know, death or something. You know, pestilence and all that stuff, famine. He gets another max HP physical attack. So he gets 10% max HP. Max HP is the name of the game. And then from Red She-Hulk's leadership, he gets another 25% max HP. The fire damage he doesn't get to use, but Colossus could use it, which is kind of cool. There's some nice synergy there. And then Red She-Hulk has a passive. This gets nutty. Red She-Hulk's passive, Angered Tenacity, gives everyone on the team damage reduction and 30% max HP. So he's getting 55% max HP from Red She-Hulk, and then he's getting another 10. So he's getting 65% max HP. So now that 110% went up to 160%, 158. Remember, 158 plus the 30%. He's pretty close to being immortal. Now, I don't want to fight Hulk versus Hulk, so I want you guys to see what he looks like versus meta teams. So we're going to hit up Diogo Casca right here. Thank you so much for setting up this team. I didn't ask him to set it up, but I'm just thanking him anyways. It's nice to see the Star Agents on here, and shout out to all of them. So we are currently rocking a 330,000 HP Hulk. If that wasn't enough to get you excited in your pants, well, check this out. We're going to pop the third skill, and we're going to balloon up to 430,000 HP. What's this? Jean Grey's trying to kill me? That's hilarious. Nice try, lady. All right, let's do it again once we can move our controller. Okay, we cannot move our joystick. We got a little bit too excited, and I think we're going to die. Okay, cool. Oh, we got our 20% heal. But I just need to get one skill off, lady. I'm getting really shafted here. I got so excited, and now... Please just let me... Here we go. Oh my god, she tier 3'd. No! 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 Alright. I got... This is so BS, man. I'm recording a video and the game just decides to be so bullshit to me. It's bananas. Let me try this again. I did this so easily off stream, and of course, this is always what happens. I practice off stream and it's perfect. I queue up the video and this shit happens, where she like insta locks me with this BS. Like, what is this? This is just total nonsense. All right, lady. All right, lady. Check this out. All right, cool, yeah. Sure. Oh my. Really, it's gonna happen again, eh? Oh wow, this is crazy. This did not happen to me. I did so many fights and this didn't happen once. This is wild. I can't get any attacks off. This is insane. I don't know what's happening. This is sad. This is sad and strange and sick. Okay, well, whatever. I'm still impressed that he has 400,000 HP. I have no idea what's going on with the targeting and with this like god lock. This did not happen to me at all. I soloed this team multiple times, and no offense to Diego. And the hilarious thing that I wanted to show you guys is that he dies instantly to Colossus's. This is like so BS. I'm so angry right now. I guess I'm turning into the Hulk. He dies instantly to Colossus's. That almost killed her in one shot, one skill. Look at the damage. Crazy, right? Look at the damage. He's doing like 100,000 per hit. He gets interrupted a lot for some reason. I'm not sure why. Interrupted again. But he does so much. There. That's what I wanted to show you guys. He gets insta-clapped by Colossus because of how crazy his damage is and how high the reflect is. And he's got a lot of lingering damage on the jets that he drops with his 5th skill. But he's doing like 100,000 per hit. Like per hit of a skill. That one skill chunked off like 2/3 of Jean Grey's health. It was wild. All right, let's try another team here. Let's see if we have some variations on these teams. Oh, a Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is going to be hard, I think. Oh, but it's a tier 2 Silver Surfer. That's okay. None of the star agents have CCF, I think. I have like 80 CCF, which is hilarious. All right, let's see what happens against Silver Surfer. I haven't tried against Silver Surfer, so I don't know what to expect. But, okay. Okay, yeah. Nice. One shot. We might die to reflect here when he wakes up. Yeah, that... his 5th skill is his own death, eh? He's really slow. His movement speed. Look at the damage, though. He just touches you and you die. It's crazy, dude. How are people not hype about this? One hit, 99,000 damage. One hit of one skill. He's doing 100,000 damage per hit on most of his skills. And he's so tanky. I kind of wish his heal was a little bit higher. What is this team, Frankie? What is this team? I kind of wish his heal was a little bit higher. I wish it was like 4% or 5%, because you see his health really yo-yos a lot. But still, it's crazy. We're gonna wait. We're gonna stall a little bit here because we can. But I'm not sure what this idea is with this Malekith here. But yeah, he's so strong. Look at this damn 87,000. Every time I look and I see one of the numbers, you blink and they're gone. He just erases you. Now, the one thing he doesn't have is penetration. So that is something to keep in mind for PvP. He does not have penetration, but now I want to take him into some PvE action so that you can see the damage is actually not that good with the CTP of regen. So I do think you're still going to need to use a CTP of energy or a CTP of rage or a damage proc obelisk. You could try to roll a max HP damage proc for him, but it'll be interesting to see what he needs specifically. One more thing about the Hulk is they changed his leadership. 24% all defense. So he lost the 30% increased physical attack, probably because physical attack doesn't help him anymore. So I think they did that to not confuse people into using him with his own leadership and then not getting anything out of it. That's my guess, because 30% all attack is not, or 30% physical attack is not a big deal. It's not like a deal breaker. It's not going to make him busted. So yeah. But we'll try him out with this team here, just for a regular test. We're not going to crank him up all the way, but I want you to see how much damage he does. But the problem is, in PvE content, we're so used to seeing big spikes in damage due to damage procs. He has a 70% damage proc on his 4th skill, but with no all defense down and with no real damage proc from a CTP of regen, we can't really have big expectations of him. But he's got 180,000 HP, which is pretty cool, I have to say. So it's going to be really hard for him to die. He's just not going to put up a lot of damage in the meantime, but he is definitely going to smash. And it's pretty fun to see him throwing around a helicopter while you have jets dropping down below. I kind of like his tier 3 skill as well. I don't know, some people don't like the animation. I mean, the damage is not bad at all, right? He's just really tanky. And the debuff immunity is actually really nice for 5 seconds because you'll shrug off. If you get bled or something like that, you'll shrug it off. If you get blinded in the stages for Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and stuff like that, you'll shrug off the blind as well because it'll cleanse you immediately. So the cleanse is actually pretty helpful. Now, would I prefer the accumulation because it's just like more raw damage? Yeah, maybe. But the fact that he can do stage 50 like this with the CTP of regen, with no strikers, no all defense down helping him out, he's definitely getting this done. You can see here, you have to finish with you have to get to this stage at about 330. So you can give him basically a full PvP build, and not only is he going to be basically unkillable, but he's also going to be able to do stage 50 world boss. If I bring in strikers here, imagine how much more damage he's going to do. If I bring in better supports, because sure, he's not the best support for him necessarily, right? You could bring in some guaranteed crit. No, you can't actually. Coulson is for heroes, and Hulk is a villain, so keep that in mind. Hulk is a villain now. I should have mentioned that at the top of the video, but I didn't. But yeah, look at this damage. He's nice, man. I don't know why people are so stressed. You can build him full PvP, and he can still rock PvE. If that's not a two-way character, he's like Black Widow. He's like the kind of the reverse of Black Widow. Oh no, the spears. Oh look, I took like 1% damage. Hilarious. We got the thunderclap. Boom, dropping down. There's some graphical errors with his ultimate skill, but look at this, 2 minutes in, and we're just grinding this stage out. And this is without all defense down, right? So then imagine you add all defense down strikers into the mix, or imagine you swap his regen for a rage. I think, however, I will say this, because his damage is based on HP, maybe... Actually, you know what? I was going to say maybe he doesn't have as high of a ceiling for a rage or an energy or something like that. But I don't think so. Just because it's based on his HP doesn't mean that... I mean, it's just a number, right? It's just a number. So even though the percentage is low, it's not low on all of his skills. Like 96% is pretty high. You can see, for example, Cho, this one here... Oh, he doesn't have a percentage. But this one here is 130. This one here is 188. 188. Well, they're all 188. That's strange. A-bomb, let's see, 125, 120, 150, 110, 125. All right, so they're making me look dumb. So they're all over 100, but he's got a couple that are not that low. This one's 95, 4 is 95, and 2 is 96. The rest of them are low with low percentages like 36, 32, and 27, but you have to keep in mind that he's got, 3 times as much. Like I've got 158,000 HP, whereas your Cho, for example, or any other character, right? You're not going to get more than 30, maybe 40,000 physical attack or energy attack. So he's got double or triple or more, double or triple or quadruple the stat. So then you take that number and you double, triple, or quadruple it, and suddenly it's 100% or whatever. So you know what? Actually, he might not have a lower ceiling with a rage or an energy. I will test him, but I wanted to showcase that not only does he have potential, in my opinion, for PvP, but you can make that HP work for you in multiple game modes just by building properly and bringing the right team. Wasp was also giving me 10% max HP from her uniform passive. So yeah. Let me know your first thoughts on the Immortal Hulk. I know I died twice in a row or 3 times in a row to that Jean Grey, but we got it. We pulled it out in the end, and it just takes a little bit of practice and a little bit more familiarity with the character and a little bit of luck to not get sort of guard broken locked. But I mean, I have guard break immunity, so that's more of a gameplay flaw than it is a flaw of the Hulk. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.